everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll drop the throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Let's go! Green, Detroit!
On 3rd down, it's Myers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley in our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Four yards remaining now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Anthony Walker, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Third down, Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C., and the Bucs are out to an early lead. Deshaun Watson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here comes the Saints punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Saints have it at the 30. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This one ends up as a loss of 6. Panthers line up at the 36. He's free and clear of the defense here. He gone as he sprints to the end zone. The Panthers with the early advantage. 1st and 10. The pass ends up being picked off. Saints will take it back for the touchdown, as that evens the score at 7-7. Panthers now late in the second. Walker's got to get to the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 7. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Deshaun Watson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Wilson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And he'll give it here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and long It's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 23. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second down following the run.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 21-yard line. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here we go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
Like
the
an
tailback.
egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field
Yeah,
goal.
where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from,
where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Wilson. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. So we've got a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. The Saints on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. Leopard! Leopard! Lucky 56!
They'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. The Saints on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. And he's got it up and through. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Andrew Billings in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Saints, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.